Hello my dear warriors, hello Reena, hello Epic Queen, hello Kanan, GB, Vignesh. Welcome Raj, welcome Navya, welcome Kritana. Guys, today's session is going to be an epic session which is one of the most sought for, and like I have told you before also that I'll be doing some quality sessions for you in this elite crash course just for you. And today's class is a 11th standard topic, but it's open for both droppers as well as 12th and also our lovely 11th standard students. So guys, if you have missed that topic, or if you are not so confident about calculations or the tricks, and maths is a troubling topic for all of you, every time you do some kind of a mistake or you are not sure how to apply these formulas, this session is going to be a revolutionary session. And in this lecture I'm going to give you all the important concepts of algebra. We're going to solve problems, obviously, componendo, dividendo, proportionality and all of that, ratios, trigonometry, then quadratic, logarithms, geometry, all of this in today's lecture with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher at Vedantu. So I hope you guys can see me and hear me loud and clear. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope you guys can see me and hear me. Yes, so let me just see if I'm audible as well as visible. Okay, just one second. I am visible and audible, okay. Just one second. Okay. Yes. Great, looks like I am. All right. Great. So, yes, let's continue, guys. Let's continue. Awesome. Yep. So, this week is all about basic maths. So, I think I had posted a message that on Tuesday I'll be doing basic maths, certain topics. But even day after tomorrow, I'm going to continue basic maths. And I'm going to deal with the derivatives, calculus and integration as well. Okay. So, I'm going to do all of this in this particular week. It is more like a tool. It's just like a supplementary thing. So everything that you always wanted, but not like a chapter, but like a tool, which will help you improve your physics marks. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. Thank you very much for liking as well as subscribing the channel. Thank you so much. Let's begin with the class. All right, so let me get it up here. So let's get set, go. Can I give the schedule for the week, Raj? Today 9 o'clock, okay, then Thursday 9 o'clock, and then Friday most likely at 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock I'll be conducting the third lecture. It's all about tools. So today it's basic maths 1, then basic maths 2 on Thursday night, and then Friday you're going to have the third lecture and on other tools like vector addition and all these multiplication and all those things, resolution. How do you do that? So performing those vector operations, that's what I'm going to help you out with in the final lecture. That's the whole schedule for the week. Okay, but chalo, I hope you guys are excited, okay, for this particular session as well as the rest of the sessions that are going to follow. So let's begin with the class and let's start with the first part, and that is basically proportionality. So when I say proportionality, that is basically something is related to something either directly or indirectly or inversely. Like over here, when I say y is proportional to x, that means if I replace that proportionality with a constant, it will be y is some constant times of x. Just like when you have spring force, the force of the spring is opposite to x and it is proportional to it. And the constant of proportionality is called as the spring constant. Everybody with me on this? Make sure you keep answering as I proceed. Okay, so when I say that, for example, y is proportional, or let's say take the example of kinetic energy like the one given over here. Kinetic energy is half times m times v square. Can I not say from this particular formula the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the square of the speed? Can I not say that if mass is constant? Do you see that half m becomes a constant? So if mass is assumed a constant, then kinetic energy is directly proportional to v square. What it also means is that if speed increases, kinetic energy also increases. If speed decreases, kinetic energy also decreases. If x doubles, y doubles. If x becomes 1/3, y also becomes 1/3. That's the meaning of proportionality. Also, there is an alternate formula for proportionality, for kinetic energy, and that is nothing but, you know, momentum square by 2m. If you look at this formula, in this formula, the kinetic energy is inversely proportional to the mass, assuming the momentum is constant. If momentum is constant, kinetic energy is inversely proportional to the mass. So if you use this formula, what this tells you is that if mass increases, kinetic energy decreases. If mass decreases, kinetic energy increases. So this is nothing but an inverse relationship. This is nothing but an inverse relationship. This is nothing but a direct relationship. In direct, when this increases, this also increases. This decreases, this also decreases. In inverse, this increases, this decreases. And if this guy decreases, this guy will increase. Everybody with me on this? Understood the difference between direct, indirect, proportionality, constant of proportionality, and depending on different formulas, forms, you can have different things proportional to each other. Okay, let's take up some understanding problems, concept building exercise, and then I will give you some numerical questions also. So let's say, for example, guys, you know, I have a question like this. Say y is basically 5x. The moment I say y is 5x, that also means y is directly proportional to x. 5 is just a constant of proportionality. So what is 5? 5 is just a constant of proportionality. So now, if I say x is made 2 times, how many times will y be made? If x is doubled, obviously y will also increase 2 times. Makes sense? This guy becomes 2 times, this guy becomes 2 times. If I say x is made half times, then obviously y will also be made half times. Makes sense, everyone? So if this becomes half, this also becomes half. Let's take another example. Let's say y is directly proportional to 1 by x. This is basically inverse relationship, or maybe you could have had a problem like this. Y is equal to 7 by x. That is as good as saying y is inversely proportional to x. Now in this case, if I tell you that x is doubled, what is going to happen to y? If x is made 2 times, that is the denominator is made 2 times, then this guy is going to become half times. So this is going to become half times. Everybody with me? Similarly, if I tell you now this becomes half times, if the denominator becomes half, understand if I put half in the denominator, the 2 will go on the top. So basically the y value will then become 2 times. Everybody understanding this concept? Everybody with me? Clearo? Okay, this much is clear. Let's move ahead with some more concepts now. Okay, observe. If I tell you something, some variable y is basically directly proportional to x square. Y is directly proportional to x square. Now, if I increase x, let's say 2 times, what will happen? X is doubled. Square of x will be square of 2 times. Square of 2 is nothing but 4. Hence, y will become 4 times. Y will become 4 times. Everybody with me? Let's take more examples. Let's take more examples. Y is equal to root of x. Therefore, y is proportional to root of x basically. So what will happen if x is made 3 times? If x is made 3 times, then root of x, which will be root of 3, that means it will become root 3 times. It will become root 3 times. Make sense? Again, imagine if I make x 9 times. If I make x 9 times, then root of, just like I take root of 3, I should take root of 9. What is root of 9? Root of 9 is 3. So this then will become 3 times. This then will become 3 times. Everybody getting it? So because it was under the root. Similarly, I can take more examples like this. Y is equal to, or rather I can just say proportional to 1 by x cube. Y is proportional to 1 by x cube. If somehow I make x, let's say 2 times. If I make x 2 times, because x is in the denominator and it is also cubed, so 2 cube is basically 8. So this will become 8 times in the denominator. So y will become 1/8 of the times of the previous value. 1/8 of the times. Very good. So now you are getting a hang of how proportionality works. Let's probably look at some more things associated with proportionality. Look at this. If y is proportional to x and I tell you x is proportional to z, y is to x is to z, then can I say y is directly proportional to z? Everybody agrees with this statement? This increases with this, that increases with this, dependency is there. So if that increases, this also increases. So that's how you can relate the three. Okay, similarly, y is inversely proportional to x and x is directly proportional to z. What will happen in this case, guys? Come on, what is the relationship between y and z? Put it up in the chat box. Y is inversely related to x, but x directly related to z. So if z increases, x increases. If x increases, y decreases. So I think it will be inversely related to z. Does that make sense? Very good, Kirtana. Awesomeness. Similarly, I tell you y is inversely proportional to x and x is inversely proportional to z. So what is the relationship between y and z? Z increases, x decreases. X decreases, y increases. So if z increases, y also increases. So I think it is a direct relationship over here. So y is directly proportional to z. Exactly, Purnima Deva. Very good, Tishika. Awesomeness, Vijay. Keep on answering. I'll also feel good and you'll also feel confident, and that shows your strength, love, and also your attentiveness and your sincerity towards the channel. Great, guys. Similarly, let's take up another example. Y is directly proportional to x square. X is directly proportional to root of y. Then what is the relationship? Sorry, not root of y, root of z. Root of z. What is the relationship between y and z? Y increases with x square, x proportional to root z. Interesting thing. X, and this is x square, so make it x square. How? By squaring it. So therefore x square will be proportional to root z square. Therefore you can see x square is proportional to z. Root and square will cancel, right? Now if x square is common in between both of them, so y therefore is directly proportional to z. You can see x square is common in between. Exactly with me. Very good, very good, very good. Similarly, if y is inversely proportional to x cube and x is directly proportional to z square, what is the relationship between y and z, guys? What is the relationship between y and z? Come on, once and for all, think about it. If I want 1 by x cube, here is what I'm going to do, guys. I'll just write 1 by x is directly proportional to 1 by z square. So therefore 1 by x cube is directly proportional to 1 by z square's cube, which is directly proportional to 1 by z raised to 6. Therefore y is directly proportional to 1 by z raised to 6. You can see x cube and x cube common. 1 by x cube is common, right? Very good. But inversely related to z raised to 6. Let's do some questions coming up on your way. Force is 3 times position or displacement square. If the position or x's value is doubled, then how many times will the force increase? Very good, Vijay. Clear, oh, very good, Manipur. Okay. How many times will the force be changing? Come on, think about it. Here, can you not see that the force, 3 is a constant, is directly proportional to x square? So, if x is doubled, so double's square is going to be nothing but 4 times. So the force will also increase basically 4 times. That is the answer. 4 times. Very good, Jolin Tharika. Very good, Purnima. Very good, Madhumita. Vinod, Kodeshwari. No, that's not the answer. 4 times, bacha. So it has increased. It will become 4 times. If it was 10 Newton, it will become 40 Newton. If it was 20 Newton, it will become 80 Newton. That's what it is. Okay, next question, guys, coming up on your screen. F is 3x square. X is halved, then the force will be. Okay, again, you can see 3 is a constant. It is directly proportional to x square. So if x is halved, So the half square is going to be nothing but 1/4. So this force will also become 1/4 of the previous value. 1/4 time. Right, very good, Jolin Tarika, awesomeness. Moving on to the next question. F is 3x square. This time the force is made 9 times. Force is made 9 times. Then x will become how many times? That's the question. Okay, here is how I look at it. Force is directly proportional to x square. Therefore, can I not say x square is directly proportional to f? Flip it. This is proportional to this, so this is also proportional to this. Now, you can also see x is directly proportional to root of f. Correct? You take roots on both sides. Now it becomes very, very clear. How many times is the force increased? 9 times. But take the root of it. What is root of 9? Root of 9 is 3. So it will become 3 times. So x will also become how many times? 3 times. Is that clear? Everyone with me? Very good. Look at this. F is 3x square. Force is made 2 times. Then how many times is x made? From the above relationship, I just get solving in the exact same way. X is directly proportional to root of f. Same thing what I did here. It's the same problem. Just the things which have been asked are different. So what is happening? Force is made 2 times. So force is made 2 times, but it is under the root. So x will also be made root 2 times the old value. That is 1.414. Is that okay? Everyone? Very good, Jolin Satya. Awesomeness, Madhumita. Very good, Purnamishri. Awesomeness. PKS, integration, derivatives and graphs, I'll take a separate session for that, bacha. Okay? In this session, let's restrict ourselves to algebra and geometry. Else we will get deviated, or I'll have to take fewer problems on this. And these questions or these things will just run out. No institute does this. Trust me, I have worked with many big institutes and I have seen that many people don't even teach all these things. They think that, oh, students know this from 9th or 8th or 7th standard. But most of the students who are in preparing for NEET lose the touch of maths, or probably are not interested in maths, or somehow they focus more on biology and other subjects. So because of which you lose touch and somehow there is nobody from whom you can learn. But don't worry, I'm here for you. So I know what you guys exactly need. So if P, whatever, pressure, momentum is phi by T, T is doubled, then what will happen to that value of P? You can see that 5 is a constant, P is inversely proportional to T. So obviously, if I make this T 2 times, because this is inverse, so this will become half times over here, because this is below in the denominator. So that is the answer for this question. Very nice. Excellent. P is phi by T, T is halved, then P will be, come on guys, this should be also easy. Here again, P is inversely proportional to T. What have you done? You have made T half. So this 2 will go on the top. So that will make it 2 times. Correct? Because T is there in the denominator. When you put half below, that 2 will go on the top. So P will be directly proportional to 2, or rather it will become 2 times, I would say. Exactly. Very good. Next question. V is 1 by x cube. X is tripled, then force will be. Okay. Here, V is directly proportional to 1 by x cube, or inversely proportional to x cube, I can say. Here, what has happened is x is made 3 times, but x is also cubed, so 3 times will also be cubed. 3 cube, 3 will become 27. So this will become 27 times. So V will become nothing but 1 by 27 times. Do not forget that 27 is in the denominator, not in the numerator. So 1 by 27 times. Very good, Purnima Jolin. Excellent, guys. Awesomeness. No, Manipur, it is 1 by 27. Yes, Vijay. Yes, Navya. Here is the next question. V is equal to root of x. That means V is directly proportional to root of x, constant being 1. Now what has happened over here is x is tripled. So if you triple x, that means basically it is under the root. So V will also become nothing but root 3 times the old value. That is the answer. That is the answer, right? Everybody, very good, Satya, very good, GV, Madhumita, awesomeness. Next question, what is it? V is proportional to x. X is proportional to t square. V to x, x to t square. T is tripled, then V will be. Interesting. You can see x is common between the two. X is common between the two. Therefore, V is directly proportional to t square. Now what has happened? T is tripled. T is tripled. So that means square of 3. will become nothing but 9 times. So therefore, the value of the velocity will also become 9 times. That is the answer. Everyone, very good. Excellent, guys. You guys are doing a fabulous job. Keep posting, keep putting up the answers in the chat section. Will make me feel so happy that you guys are learning so well. Even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. V is inversely proportional to x. X is proportional to t square. So guys, from here you can see 1 by x is proportional to 1 by t square, and v is directly proportional to 1 by x. So you can see the common factor over here, which is nothing but 1 by x. Therefore, I can just say from here v is inversely proportional to just t square. Now once I get this, the t value is tripled. So the value of t is basically tripled. So square of triple, that means it is becoming 9 times, but it will be in the denominator. So this will become, this will just become nothing but 1 by 9. This will just become 1 by 9 times. Everyone with me? Cool? Very good, PK Navya Tarika. Awesomeness, awesomeness, Vijay Kodishwari, Jolin, Kritika. Awesomeness, Deva. Very good, Purnima Shri. Very good, GV. Very good, Tishika. Very good, awesomeness, Sriram. Yes, very nice. So you guys are really nailing it. Taking it up a little bit notch further up. X is proportional to t. T is increased by 20%, then x will increase by how many percentage? Come on, let's see if you guys can answer this. X is directly proportional to t. If I increase t, if I increase this t by 20%, by how much percentage will x increase by? Very good. Obviously, it's direct related. Doesn't matter what the constant is. If I double this, this will be double. Percentage change will be same. So this will be also 20% increase. But if they ask you what is the exact new value of x, then here is what you're going to do, my dear students. The final value of x will be the original value plus the change in the value. Plus the change in the value. The original value was x. The change will be 20% of x. So basically it is x plus x by 5. So this will just become 6 times x by 5. So that will be the final value in case that is asked. If percentage is asked, then you will put only this. Okay, 6x by 5. Yes, 1.2x. Correcto. Next, moving to the next part. What is this? Force is proportional to acceleration. Acceleration is proportional to time square. Time is increased by 300%, then force will. Okay, first of all, I can see a common link, A and A. I can see that common link. So therefore, force is directly proportional to the square of time. Okay, now comes the next part. Time is increased by 3%. 300%. So the final value of time will be the initial value of time plus that change. So initial value of time is t. 300% is nothing but 3t. That's obvious. 300% is 3 times. 100% means 1 complete t. 200% means 2 times, double of that. So this will just become 4 times of t. So final value is 4 times. So time has basically become how many times, guys? 4 times. Time has just become 4 times. That's what I got over here. So over here, if I make this 4 times, the square of 4 is nothing but 16 times. 16 times. So the force will also become 16 times. That is the answer. 16 times. The new force will be 16 times the old force. If it was 10 Newton, it will become 160 Newton. That's how you solve the question. After this, I think anytime you land up at such a point where generally in NEET also you would have seen so many questions. This becomes double, this becomes 100 times, this becomes 20 times, this is increased by so much %, this is reduced, this so much is taken out, how much is left, and you know some formula will be applicable. Momentum, kinetic energy, EMF, magnetic field, electric field, some formula will be there. You should be able to understand, oh, something is related to something, understand the relationship. Okay, this increases so much, that decreases or increases so much. That's all. Done with ratio and proportions? Done with ratio and proportions? Give a thumbs up and smash the like button. Give the thumbs up on the like button and say done with proportions on the chat box, guys, because now we're going to go to the next part, and that's componendo and dividendo. Yeah, that's componendo and dividendo. So let's understand how to use this. because not many people know, oh my god, I can use this. So I just told simple thing because that the last concept is whenever there are questions of ratio, proportions, and this increases so many times, you should know the formula, and you should know in this formula this is related to this, what has been asked, what is given, this is changed so many times, this will change so many times. Just use whatever I have taught you in the ratio and proportion part. Okay, over here. Done with proportion? Very good, very good. Okay, now componendo, dividendo. If two ratios are equal, do you see? This is ratio 1, this is ratio 2. Something by something is something by something. They need not be equal. A is not C, B is not D. They could be like half is equal to 100 by 200. Half and 100 by 200, they are obviously equal ratios. But does not mean numerators are equal or denominators are equal. Then componendo property says the numerator added with the denominator by denominator can be done on both the sides, LHS as well as RHS. So numerator plus denominator by denominator. Same way dividendo is when you subtract. So numerator minus the denominator upon the denominator is numerator minus denominator upon the denominator. That is your dividendo property. And you also have the combination of both of them, that is called as componendo dividendo property, which is nothing but A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D. This is both the properties combined, but this is, think of it like this: numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. That's what it says. Let's learn to apply this. Okay, let's learn to apply this. Example, A by B is 2 by, let's say, 5. Example. Then if I apply componendo property, what do I get exactly? If I apply componendo, it is numerator plus denominator upon denominator is equal to 2 plus 5, okay, divided by 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, so it will be nothing but 7 by 5. Everyone with me? Very good. Similarly, I can use it for many other cases. So for example, let's say 1 plus tan theta upon 1 minus tan theta is given while solving the problem. Let's say something like this comes, and let's say it comes out to be 2 by or let's say 3 by 2 or something. Example, just taking some random thing. So if I apply componendo dividendo property, what will happen? Numerator, which is 1 plus tan theta, I'll just put it here, and again numerator 1 plus tan theta. Now numerator plus denominator, so denominator is 1 minus tan theta upon numerator minus denominator, which is 1 minus tan theta, will be numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. Here 1 will get added, tan theta will get cancelled, so I'll just write 1 plus 1 over here. Here 1 and 1 will get cancelled, tan theta will become 2 times, so 2 times of tan theta, correct? This will be 3 plus 2 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1. Here 1 plus 1 is just nothing but 2. 2 gets cancelled, so 1 by tan theta is basically 5. So basically tan theta will be nothing but 1 by 5. That's what I got. Tan theta will be 1 by 5. Everyone understood how to solve the problem? Okay, let's do some actual questions as well. Okay, x plus y upon x minus y is 7:5. Then what is the ratio? What is the ratio of x is to y? Interesting. I can see some addition and subtraction. The moment I see addition and subtraction, numerator, denominator, I should always think of componendo dividendo property. Componendo and dividendo property. So if I write it properly, x plus y is the numerator, x minus y is denominator, is 7 by 5. So numerator plus denominator, so x plus y plus x minus y upon x plus y, which is numerator, minus denominator is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. X adds, y cancels, so 2x. X cancels, y and y, because minus minus becomes plus, so it will become 2y. Is 7 plus 5, 12. 7 minus 5, 2. 2 cancels, so x by y is 12 by 2, which is nothing but 6 by 1. So x is to y is nothing but 6 is to 1. That is the final answer. 6 is to 1. No, I'm not saying x is equal to 6. Kritana, be careful. So whenever I have a ratio, I can never find the value. Okay, be careful about this. I'll just put a side note. This is just a note over here. So when I say x by y is, let's say, 6 by 1, doesn't mean that what, x is equal to 6 and y is equal to 1. No, this is not correct. Okay, this is not correct. It does not mean x is 6 and y is 1. X could be 12, y could be 2. X could be 36, and y could be accordingly, 36 divided by 6, which is 6. So things like that. It's basically a ratio. Understand that. Okay. Upstream and downstream. Upstream and downstream speed of the boat is 2 and 2 is to 5. Then the boat is to reverse speed is. We know that whenever you travel up the stream, that means the boat is powering up little bit harder against the river flow. Let's say the boat is going against the flow of the river like this. The water velocity is w, the boat speed is u, so the resultant velocity will be u minus w. Similarly, when you go down the stream, that means you're going with the flow. Your boat velocity and the water velocity both add up, so the resultant velocity will be more, u plus w. So the ratio of these speeds is given. That means upstream, which is u minus w, upon downstream, which is u plus w, is equal to 2 is to 5. So this is 2 is to 5. I can use componendo dividendo, but let me just flip it. So u plus w upon u minus w is 5 by 2. Let's use componendo dividendo property. So numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. U gets added, so it will become 2u. W gets cancelled. U gets cancelled. W gets added, so 2w is equal to 7 by 3. 2 gets cancelled. So u by w is nothing but 7 by 3. That should be the answer. 7 by 3. No, Jolene, it can't be minus. It has to be plus, because these are speeds. So the ratio of the speeds will be 7:3. So see if you made some silly mistake somewhere. Most likely if you have made some silly mistake, then you would have got it as negative. Okay, but otherwise the answer should be positive. Understood how you can apply componendo dividendo? So this was a beautiful example. All the applications, whatever I have shown over here, please try to see this once more and see whenever you see plus minus, think of componendo dividendo. If you just see plus on the top, use componendo. If you just see minus on the top, use dividendo. Okay, most of the times that's what is going to work. So componendo dividendo done. Moving on to what, guys? Binomial. Aren't you learning a lot using this session, guys? This is the session for all the students of NEET who specifically are not interested in maths or have just left out maths. You like maths, but you maybe did not learn it proper way, or maybe just forgotten. Maybe you love maths, or maybe you just forgot, or you just want to do it because you want to get those marks in physics. Whatever your reason is, this session is going to be for you. Let's do the next part. Binomial. Binomial. Bi means 2. Nomial is basically an expression. A plus b whole square, binomial. A plus b whole raised to 7, binomial. So whenever you take a plus b square, a plus b cube, a plus b raised to 7, 8, 9, whatever, you expand it, you get many terms. So when you have 1 plus x raised to n, there are many terms, but this is an approximate formula when this value is very small as compared to the first number over here. So there are 2 numbers raised to n. The second value is very small as compared to 1, and the first number is 1, obviously. Then you can approximately say it is 1 plus nx. N is the power, x is the variable. You can also write this as 1 minus x whole raised to n is 1 minus nx. Use this, I'll just put a note over here. Use to make calculations easier. Calculations easier. You are never going to get a question on binomial expression exclusively. So all those students who are thinking, sir, I checked all papers of NEET, sir, I never saw binomial expansion question, sir. So what you are teaching is useless, sir. So let's not waste time, let's go to something else. Guys, you will not even see a problem on trigonometry, but trigonometry is used. Correct? Derivatives, I don't think they'll give a direct problem. Find a derivative of this. Check NEET paper, they will never give such questions. They will make use of derivatives in kinematics, force, momentum, somewhere. Same way, you will have to use this in calculations. Yes, you can study in the Tamil Nadu 11th and 12th book for NEET, but you will have to practice questions from a NEET book. That is very important. Yes, so it is very, very important you practice the NEET questions, okay, from NCERT exercise, from PYQs, NCERT, NEET, objective questions, all these things you have to do. And the problem with any state board is that if they are teaching something extra or if they are teaching something less, if they are teaching extra, still okay, but if they are teaching something less, then that can create some bit of a problem in your studies, okay? Otherwise, it's fine. Okay, let's try to solve this question. 1.05 raised to 3. This is by no means looking like a binomial. This is by no means looking like a binomial. Okay, so how do I make it look like a binomial? 1.05. I want to make it look like this or like this. Oh, I know what to do. I can write this as, I can write 1.05 raised to 3 as 1 plus 0.05 whole raised to 3. Agreed, guys? Now does it look like a binomial? This is Shreyas here, your captain. I think you can see it right over here. Captain Shreyas, that's my name. Okay, very good. So, is this very, very small? Is this very, very small as compared to this guy? Yes, it is. So, I can use the approximation. So, here I will no longer put equal to, I will put approximate symbol. It's approximate. So, it is 1 plus n into x. That's it. So, this will be 1 plus 5 3s are 15, so it will be 0.15. So this will be approximately 1.15. That's the answer, guys. Imagine if you did not know binomial approximation, then what would you do? You would write 1.05 into 1.05. Then by multiplication process, you're going to find it. Then whatever you get, that again you multiplied by 1.05. Again using multiplication process, you find it. This process is obviously very lengthy. In NEET exam, you don't have time. Just look at the method. It's so convenient. That's why I said use this for simplifying calculation. Okay. So some formula in Tamil Nadu is not there. Yeah, if that is there, no problem. But nothing will come outside NCERT. Okay. In NEET, just for whatever is there in NCERT, that's it. They can't ask anything more. Okay, let's look at this. Looks like a very weird problem. 2 by 0.99 is roughly equal to how much? Okay, let me write it properly. This is nothing but 2 divided by 0.99. I have to use binomial. But where do I use binomial? Numerator or denominator? Obviously denominator, guys. There is something like 0.99. So I think I will do this. This is as good as saying 2 divided by 0.99 is 1 minus 0.01 whole raised to 1. Now does it look like a binomial? 1 minus x raised to n? Exactly. But hold on, don't keep it below, because dividing two numbers is difficult. So always try to multiply. So bring this on the top. So when you bring this on the top, what will it look like? 2. Okay, and this will become 1 minus 0.01. The power will now become negative. Everybody with me? Very good. Now approximate formula. 2, okay, multiplied by 1 minus n is minus 1, x is nothing but 0.01. So this is what this is going to be. So this will be then 2 multiplied by minus becomes plus, so 1 plus 0.01. So this will be then 2 into 1 plus 0.01 is 1.01. So this will be approximately 2.02. That is the answer. 2.02. Very good, Purnamasri. Very nice. Awesomeness. Kritana, very good. Now it looks easy, right? So you have to somehow manipulate it to bring it into binomial. You have to see that when you solve some at least 10, 15, 20 problems, you will be able to get a hang of it. And then bring it on the top, and always bring it on the top because multiplication is easier than division. Keep that in mind. Very good, Deva. Okay, another question, guys. Root of 102. So these kind of questions are not again directly asked. Whenever you have to do some calculation, this will be helpful. Is 102 close to some perfect square? Yes. Which perfect square? 100, right? 10 square is 100. Similarly, if I give you the number like 66 or 63, it's close to 64. Whenever such things happen, you should again think of binomial. How? I will tell you. This is as good as saying it has 100 plus 2 root of that. Correct? Which is also as good as saying, okay, 100 plus 2 whole raised to half. 100 plus 2 whole raised to half. Very nice. Now this by no means is binomial, because for binomial what do you need? 1 plus a small number. There is no 1 here, there is no small number. So deliberately take out 100 so that it becomes a small number. How? Observe. I take out 100 common and it will become 1 plus 2, because there was no 100 here. I have to divide it by 100 and this whole thing raised to half. Does that make sense to all of you? I'll just take 100 common. Even if you multiply, you will see 100 cancels. It will become 2 and 1 into 100 is 100. Exactly the original expression. Equality is maintained. Now 100 raised to half will be one term and the next term will be 1 plus 2 by 100 raised to half. Correct? Perfecto. 100 raised to half means root of 100. What is root of 100? It is 10. So 10 multiplied by. Okay. This will be, oh, this is binomial. Look at this. This is binomial. This is very, very small. Small as compared to 1. Exactly. 2 by 100 is a small number as compared to 1. Exactly, guys. So let's try to see what happens next. 1, this will become 1 plus n, n is half, into x, x is 2 by 100. I'll just use binomial. So maybe I should not put equal to, I should probably put approximately. So this will be approximately 10 multiplied by 2 cancels. It will become 1 plus 1 by 100 is 0.01, which is approximately 10 multiplied by 1.01. So when you multiply by 10, it will be 10.1. That's the answer, 10.1. Very good, Navya, Kritana, GV, Purnima, Sri, Madhumita. Very good, Sandhya. Very good, guys. Deva. Yep, that's how you do it. Awesomeness. So I think you have gained confidence in binomial. You have gained confidence in binomial. 3 topics done, guys. 3 topics done. We started with proportionality, inverse, direct relationships, ratio, proportions. Second, we went to componendo, dividendo. Now we have just done binomial. So everybody put 3 fire emojis or 3 hearts. Okay, whatever is convenient for all of you. 3 fires symbols or 3 emojis. Either smileys or firecrackers or some blast, something, put 3. Done and dusted. Ready for the next one? Ready for the next one? Very good. If you guys have joined in a little bit late, watch the past or watch the first part later on. Okay, continue with the session. Nothing is dependent. So even if you start the session here, it's okay. You can still continue because they are all independent parts. Whatever is missed, you can watch it later on. Okay. Going on to quadratic, guys. 4th heart is coming. 4th fire is coming, guys. Quadratic. Quadratic means something raised to 2 will be there. Some variable raised to 2. Here x is the variable raised to 2. Ax square plus bx plus c. Whenever you have quadratic expression, you will see there are 2 values of x. There are 2 values of x which will satisfy this condition. That means when they are substituted, it will give the answer as 0. They are called as the roots of the equation. So guys, the roots of the equation basically are R1 and R2, I can say. R1 and R2. So the roots of the equation can be found out using this formula, which is R1 can be given by minus b plus root of this thing by 2a. Root number 2 will be minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So these are the 2 roots. You can see plus and minus is included. You can also find the roots using factorization. Okay, I'll just tell you how to factorize in a bit, but just understand that second method is also applicable, which is factorizing, which most of you might be aware of. Interesting thing to note is that these two roots satisfy that equation. That is why they are called as roots in the first place. These roots are going to be unique and different if this guy is not 0 or more than 0. By chance, if b square minus 4ac comes out to be equal to 0, then plus or minus 0, that's going to be nothing. So you can forget it. R1 and R2 are just going to be same. So roots are equal. Roots are equal. Roots are equal. And that will be just minus b by 2a. It's as good as saying there is only one root. There is only one solution. There is only one value which satisfies this. But by chance, if b square minus 4ac comes out to be negative, root of a negative number, not possible. It's an imaginary concept, so it is not real. That means there are no real roots. Really, there are no roots for this particular problem. No solution in the real space. That's what it means. Discriminant. What is this called? B square minus 4ac, guys. This b square minus 4ac term, this is called as the discriminant. Discriminant. This is called as the discriminant. Usually used symbol is capital D. Very good. Good evening, Mahalakshmi. You have missed some part, but it's okay. Continue from here. Very nice. Another important thing is the graphical aspect of this. So if you have y versus x graph, and y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, and somehow you see that this value of a turns out to be a positive number, then it is an upward graph. It is an upward graph, meaning the graph will look something like this, okay? And by somehow, if this is negative, then it is a downward or inverted graph. It is a downward or an inverted graph, meaning the graph will look like this. Both these shapes are basically parabolas. What is this shape called? Parabola. There are many shapes like hyperbola, okay, and all ellipse and circle and all these conic sections, but this shape, which is a quadratic expression's representation on the y-axis graph, that is a parabola. Exactly. Next important thing is over here. What are these two places called? Let's see how many of you are able to figure this out. What do you think these two things are? What do you think these two things are? Matham, let me complete the syllabus, then I'll put revision also. Definitely. What do you think these two places are, guys? Yes, obviously they are called as the roots. So this is root 1, this is root 2. Very nice. Excellent, guys. And also remember one more thing. This C is where this point will be. This is in this case here, or maybe even here. Okay, this point. This is C, constant. Basically, when you put x as 0, 0, 0 vanishes. So y will be equal to C. Y will be equal to C. So basically, this constant is the point where the graph cuts the y-axis. Where the graph cuts the y-axis. If constant is not there, the graph will pass through the origin, guys. Exactly. All these are critical things which you should know. Okay. Now, let's solve some questions so that you guys get an understanding. Find the roots, also show the graph. This is your quadratic expression. Let's see how you're going to solve this question. Whenever you see a quadratic equation, instead of looking at this formula, I think you should first look at factorization. So when I say factorization, what you should do, always look at this middle term. In this case, it is minus 5. Always try to split it into two parts such that their sum is exactly that is exactly that, and their multiplication is the constant term, in this case is 6. So their addition is the middle part and their multiplication is the constant term. That is the method of, what is this called? Factorization. Factorization. Everybody understood? This is called as a factorization method. So what are the numbers that are going to fill up over here, guys? What are the numbers that are going to fill up? Minus 5. How do you get minus 5? Obviously minus 2, minus 3. And minus 2 into minus 3 also gives you plus 6. Negative, negative becomes positive. Negative and negative in addition is still negative. That's it. So these are the values that I get. So guys, I'm going to write the factorized formula, which is x minus 2 into x minus 3 is going to be 0. So this is one factor, this is one factor. If x is 2, it is 0. If x is 3, then also it is 0. Because 3 minus 3, 0. 0 into anything, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. 0 into anything, 0. So guys, what are the roots? The roots of the equation. The roots of the equation are 2, 3. Are 2, 3, not minus 2, minus 3. Many people think minus 2 and minus 3 are the roots. No, 2 and 3 are the roots. So don't make that mistake. Okay, everyone? Let's see the graph now. How will the graph look like? First of all, tell me whether it will be upward parabola or downward parabola. Upward parabola or downward parabola. Put it up in the chat box, guys. Look at the expression and quickly tell me. Is it going to be upward parabola or downward parabola? Look at the coefficient of x square. Look at the coefficient of x square. The coefficient of x square, a is nothing but plus 1, which is basically positive number. So it should be U-shaped. So yes, the graph will be U-shaped. It will cut at 2 and 3. So I think I should draw it like this. So this is 2 and let's say this is 3. That's it. I've not drawn it to scale, but understand it. Very good. 2 and 3 are the roots. Very good, guys. Proud of you. Look at this. X is 3d square minus bt plus 3. X is 0 only once. Then what is the value of b? What is the value of b? Interesting question. What is the value of b? Okay, over here, this equation has an unknown. X is 0. That means 3t square minus bt plus 3, which is itself x, is 0. Only once means there is only one solution. That means single root. And when I think of single root, discriminant is 0. Right? Discriminant is 0. So let's use that. What is the discriminant? B or minus b, even if you square it doesn't matter, minus 4 into a into c is 0. Minus b square is b square is equal to 4 into 3 into 3. So which is nothing but 36. So that's b square. So therefore the value of b will be just 6. That is the answer. Exactly, guys. So at that value, you will see both the roots are going to be equal and same. Got it? These kind of applications can come not directly, indirectly. Maybe you're solving position after writing kinematic equations comes out like this. And you see, the question says, when will the position be, or the particle be at the origin? That means x is 0. So you'll think, oh, when will the particle be at the origin? Such that it is only happening one time. Okay, if it is happening only one time, that means there is only one solution. Oh, there is only one solution, that means discriminant is 0. Oh, I have to use quadratic ka theory. That's it. So you have to apply quadratic in physics. You will not get this question in NEET. I am telling you. This will be a part of a bigger question. Or nothing will be there below, most likely something on the top only. Maybe some physics part is there. Find the position such that it happens only once, or find the time such that it only happens once. Something like that will be there. Okay, everyone? So Ambrose Sylvester, here in this question, x was this, x is also 0. If x is 0, that means this guy is 0, correct? What does it say? Only once. Only once means what? This is a quadratic equation. If this is 0, only once, that means there is only one value of, there is only one root which satisfies this equation. There is only one root, and only one root can happen when the b square minus 4ac guy is 0. That's it. Rest all is just as it is. Deva Darshini, I think I mentioned the weekly schedule at the beginning. Today's is basic maths 1. Thursday night 9 o'clock is basic maths 2, which is derivatives and integration and all of that. And Friday will be more of vector operations and all of that. That's what it's going to be. This is this week's schedule. It's more of tools which will enable you to become a better person at physics. Wow, we have come to logarithms, guys. Ready for logarithms? Put up 4 hearts. We have done ratio proportions, componendo, dividendo, right? We have also done quadratic expressions and binomial. So 4 things done. 4 things done. Let's go with logarithms. Now, when I say log, okay, let's say log of a number to the base a is x, meaning a raised to x, the base raised to x is the number whose log is being found. Vice versa, if a raised to x is n, then log of the number to the base a is the power, which is basically x. To better understand, I will tell you like this. Whenever I find the log of a number, I am trying to find the base raised to which number gives me this number. The base raised to which number, basically x, gives me this number. Let me give you a better example so that you guys understand this even better. Imagine I tell you log of let's say 8 to the base 2. Think 2 raised to which number gives you 8? 2 raised to which number gives you 8? Deva, you can rewind that part and you can watch it again, bacha. You can just rewind that part and watch it again. That will be better. Okay, I've explained it properly. Maybe you just missed out on 1 or 2 concepts. Just watch it properly. Exactly, guys. 3. Very good. So 2 raised to 3 is 8. That is the answer. Similarly, I tell you another question. Log of let's say 100 to the base 10. What do you think the answer will be? 10 raised to what is 100? 10 raised to 2. 10 square is 100. Simple. Wow, interesting. Log of 1 to the base 7. What do you think the answer will be? Log of 1 to the base 7. How it comes 4? What comes 4? What comes 4 here or where? Deva, you mean the previous question? This is this formula, no bacha? Why are you doing like this? B square minus 4ac, no? This formula. Discriminant. B square minus 4ac. I told you, no, over here. B square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac. That 4 is there over here. Okay? Okay? If that was your worry, then I hope that solution is given to you. Okay, very good. The answer is 7 should be raised to which number, guys? 7 raised to 0 is 1. Any number raised to 0 is 1. Any number raised to 0. They were very good. Proud of you, bacha. Another question, guys. Let's see if you can solve this. Let's see if you guys can solve this, okay? Log of 72 to the base 72. To the base 72. How much do you think it will be? Log of 72 to the base 72. What is the answer, guys? Come on, put it up in the chat box. Flood the chat box with the correct answer. Everybody should get this. 72 raised to what gives you 72? Obviously 1. That's all. That is what is logarithms, guys. So there are some simple rules. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, whatever. We'll see. One of them, all these of them. Before that, the constants, the values of logarithms. Now, whenever you see the word ln, ln x, so the meaning of that is basically natural logarithms. Natural logarithms is basically ln. So ln means base to the power e. Base to the power e. So base is e. That is the meaning of ln x. E is a special number. Okay. The Napier constant, which is 2.718. You should also remember this value. Not like you will need it here, but maybe in some other chapter you might need it. And 1 by e also you should know, which is 0.37. What is the value of e? Write it 10 times. Write it randomly after 10 days. After 1 month, what is the value of e? Sir told, what is the value of 1 by e? Okay, it is 0.37. You should not forget it. Suddenly, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you want to go to the bathroom, okay, and you are in the bathroom, just think, what did sir say? E value, E value is 2.708. What is 1 by e? Okay, 0.37. So think like that. Anytime I ask you, anytime you think, you should be able to get all these values. ln2 is 0.693, guys. ln2, log of 2 to the base e, not to the base 10. 0.693. ln3, 1.099. ln10, 2.303. All these values must be known. write it down at least once or twice or thrice, and once you are done, put up a thumbs up in the chat box. Even if you're watching it recorded, guys. E value, 1 by E value, ln2, ln3, ln10. Write it few times, 2 times, 3 times at least, each value. Okay, everybody done? Can we move ahead? Put up a thumbs up. Very good, Sriram. Excellent. Very nice, guys. Let's move now. Let's move. Very good, Kritana Madhumita. Awesomeness. So now these are the formulas, basic standard formulas. Let's look at it one by one. So say for example, I have to find log of 15. Log of 15. M into n is log m plus log n. So log 15 can be written down as log of 5 into 3, which is log of 5 plus log of 3. So multiplication becomes addition. Multiplication becomes addition separately for each logarithms. Next, division becomes subtraction, simply put. So log of, let's say 4.5 is log of 9 by 2, which is log of numerator minus log of the denominator. That's it, that's the answer. Division becomes subtraction, second rule. Log of m raised to n will become n times log of that number. Let me explain that to you. Imagine log of let's say, maybe 8 is asked. Log of 8 to the base 10 e whatever. 8 is nothing but 2's cube. So whenever it's a power, bring it outside. So it will become 3 times log of 2. So 3 times log of 2. That's what the formula is. Very good. Here, this is for changing the base. So usually this formula is used for change of base. For example, this is the question. Log of 3 to the base 2. Now this is crazy because usually the logarithms are either to the base 10 or either to the base e. So maybe I'll convert it to the base e. So guys, this is nothing but, you can see, log of m to the base a is log of m upon log of a to the convenient base b. So this is log of 3 to the convenient base, which is e, upon log of 2 to the convenient base, which is e. So this is ln 3 by ln 2. Now each of these values you can substitute and find it out. Very nice. Okay. Then if two logs are equal, then inner terms are also equal. Log x is log y, so x and y are equal. Makes sense. Log of any number to the same base is 1. Correct? Because a raised to 1 is a. That's it. Any number raised to 1 is the same number. That's also correct. Perfect. Log of 1 to any base is going to be 0 because any number raised to 0 is 1. So that is also okay. Okay, I hope this is clear. Just a justification point I will write. This is since a raised to 1 is basically a, and over here I can say since a raised to 0 is basically 1. That is the justification for that. What about this guy? This guy is a raised to log of any number to the same base is this number. What do I mean by that? Observe. Imagine this. Let's say 5 raised to log 5, log of let's say 7 to the base 5. 5 is raised to this thing, and whatever this 5 is, same base is there over here. When this happens, the answer will be just this number, which is just 7. As simple as that. It becomes very, very easy. I'll just give you one more example to make you believe wherever you can use it. Okay, so you will see this expression very commonly. E raised to ln x. E raised to ln x is as good as e raised to log of x to the base e. E, common. E is raised to this thing, e is common. So guys, the answer will be just x. That's it. Everyone? Cool? Okay. So guys, you will use logarithms maybe in loudness, maybe in radioactivity, maybe in chemical kinetics, maybe in capacitors, maybe in inductors, or maybe while just derivatives or integration in kinematics or Newton's laws or momentum, collisions, God knows. Okay, so that's how this works. Now, this was one of the most asked topics. Many people asked, sir, I always make silly mistakes. and I'm pretty sure after this you are going to thank me, because you would have 100% forgotten some of the rules, or you would be like, this is why I make this calculation mistake. So after this, if you are making, if you realize what mistake you have made or you have been making, so please let me know. I'll feel very happy for conducting this part. So guys, look at this multiplication rule. Multiplication rule is a raised to x, a raised to y is a raised to x plus y. Example, 10 square multiplied by 10 raised to 3 is nothing but 10 raised to 2 plus 3, which is basically 10 raised to 5. Makes sense? Correct. You can also give another example. Let's say 5 raised to 4, okay, multiplied by 5 raised to minus 1 is nothing but 5 raised to 4 minus 1, which is 5 raised to 3, which is 125. Right? There you go. So that was the first rule. Second rule, division rule. A raised to x by a raised to y is a raised to x minus y. Example, let's say 2 raised to 5 divided by 2 square. This will be nothing but 2 raised to 5 minus 2, which is nothing but 2 raised to 3, which is nothing but 8. That's it. That's the answer. Very good. Next, power of a power rule. Power of a power rule, guys. This is also very simple. A raised to x whole raised to y is a raised to xy. Imagine something like this. 10 raised to 2 whole raised to 4 is nothing but 10 raised to 2 into 4, which is 10 raised to 8, which is nothing but, okay, I can just put it like that. That's it. 10 raised to 8. Similarly, I can also give one more example like this. Imagine 2 raised to or root 2 raised to 3 is as good as 2 raised to half the whole raised to 3, which is 2 raised to 3 by 2. So 2 raised to 3 by 2 is exactly this, or this is exactly that. One and the same thing. Okay, so this is your power of a power rule, division rule and multiplication rule. I think most of you know this, but just in case you have forgotten. Power of a product rule. A into b whole raised to x, guys. A into b whole raised to x is a raised to x, b raised to x. Example, let's say 15 cube is nothing but 5 into 3 whole cube, which is 5 cube into 3 cube. As simple as that. 5 cube 3 cube you can multiply it, find it. So that is the power of a product rule. Okay, I hope this is clear. Another example, let's say 30 square is nothing but 3 into 10 whole square, which is 3 square into 10 square. That is also fine. Next, power of a fraction rule. A by b whole raised to x is a raised to x, b raised to x. Example, let's say 9 by 2 whole cube is nothing but 9 cube by 2 cube. Okay, similarly 1.5 whole square is 3 by 2 whole square, which is nothing but 3 square by 2 square, which is nothing but 9 by 4. So all these things are done. Okay, everyone with me? Okay, let's move on to the next set of rules. Zero exponent. A raised to 0 is 1. This is also very obvious. 5 raised to 0, 1. 7 raised to 0, 1. Any number raised to 0 is obviously 1. Negative exponent. A raised to a negative power is 1 by that positive power should be taken then. Look at this. If I write 10 to the power minus 4, it's as good as 1 by 10 raised to 4. If I write 2 raised to minus 3, it is 1 by 2 cube. Okay. Similarly, if I write 1 by 3 raised to minus 2, it is 3 raised to plus 2. If I write 1 by 10 raised to minus 2, it is 10 raised to plus 2 on the top. So that is that negative exponent. Clear? Last, fractional exponent. A raised to x by y is yth root of a raised to x. Meaning, look at this now. Let's say a raised to, or let's say for example, just hold on, yeah. Let's say it is 5 raised to 3 by 2. This is as good as saying, say x by y, right? X by y. So this y, or you can say the denominator is 2. So think of it like the second root of 5, and this is whole cube. Basically it is just root of phi whole cube. That's what it means. And these kind of things usually happen in KTG thermodynamics, where you are talking about different processes, especially that adiabatic process. Usually these numbers usually come, right? So that's when it will be very, very useful when you have to deal with such things. Okay guys, everyone with me? Similarly, if I tell you something like 27 raised to, let's say, 2 by 3, it means the cube root of 27 whole square. Cube root of 27, I think I know, it is just 3 guys. So it is basically 3 square. So the answer is going to be 9. That's it. As simple as that. So these kind of things very common, especially in KTG thermo. Obviously other places also it might come in different ways. So I think you should be very thankful to me for conducting this. Now let's do some questions, guys. Thank you for all the love, Dr. Sukesh from Tamil Nadu. Log of 1000 to the base 10, guys. Come on, put up the answer in the chat box. What is the answer? Come on, put it up quickly. What is the answer? Log of 1000 to the base 10, guys. What do you think is the correct answer to this? 93339. Sure, decide. This is nothing but log of 10. 1000 is 10 to the power 3. So this is 3 log 10 to the base 10, because whatever is the power comes outside, 10 to the base 10 is 1. So the answer is 3. That's it. It's not 9. Okay. Next number. ln e raised to 3. ln is nothing but log of that to the base e. This whole thing is raised to 3. That 3 will come outside. So this will become 3 log e to the base e. Log e to the base e is basically 1. So the answer to this will be just a number 3 again. Yes, that's number 3 again. Cool. Moving on to the next question up on your screen. What is the value of ln 6? What is the value of ln 6? Come on guys, let's try to figure this out. So ln 6, I think I can write it as ln 2 into 3. Acha, whenever I have product, I can separate them by addition. So this is ln 2 plus ln 3. I think I just told you the values of ln 2 and ln 3 and I asked you to remember it. 0.69, 1.09. So I think I can just use that over here. So approximately, this is not exact, 0.69 plus 1.01, right? Just check this out. Is it 1.01 or something? 1.01. Yes, you can take it as 1.01 approximately. Yep. Okay. Oh, sorry, I can take it as 1.1, not. Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay. Cool. So guys, what will be the answer over here? What will be the answer over here? It will be 1.1, because 1.099 will be 1.1. Approximately, this will be 1.79. That will be the answer. Very good. Yes, Dr. Sukesh, I'll put it up, bacha. I'll put it up. Don't worry. Very nice. Then ln 1.5. ln 1.5, guys. ln 1.5, what can I do? ln 1.5, I can just write it as 3 by 2. Division. So whenever there is division, what will I do? Subtract, right? So ln 3 minus ln 2. What is ln 3? What is ln 3? It is 1.1. It is 1.1. What is ln 2? It is basically 0.69. What will be the answer, guys? Approximately. Come on, put it up in the chat box. What will be the answer, guys? Put it up in the chat box. Come on, put it up, guys. Yes, approximately how much will it be? Approximately how much will it be? 0.4. Approximately 0.4. Yes, very good. Approximately 0.41 actually, but yeah, it's okay. Very good. So this is how you find logarithms. Especially in chemistry, it will be very useful. In physics, not so much. Sometimes you are asked to find these values, very rarely, but if it is asked, it will be very useful for you. This is especially used in your pH calculations and all of that. Okay, next question. Log of root 10 to the base 10. Log of root 10 to the base 10. Come on guys, figure this out. Sir, log is base 10? No, here whatever logarithms you are seeing, ln, it is basically to the base e, and whatever values of ln 3, ln 2 I had given, it was always to the base e, guys, not to the base 10. We always use natural logs. This is nothing but log to the base 10. Root 10 is 10 raised to half. So half comes outside. So log of 10 to the base 10, which is just 1. So it is half. That's the answer. Very good. You guys have got it, guys. You guys have nailed it. How many hearts are you going to put now? How many hearts are you going to put now? How many topics done? Let's see how many of you are keeping a track of how many topics done. Yes. Come on, put it up in the chat box, guys. How many topics done till now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how many of you have been attending from which point of time. 10 topics? No. Not 10. No, Shriram. Thank you for your love though, but not 10 topics. Yes, very good. Purnima. Yes, I can count it. 5. Yes. No, Sandhya, it's not 6. 5 topics done. 5 hearts, 5 black hearts, 5 pink hearts, 5 flames out there. Surya has been attending only 3 topics. No problem. So, okay. Very good. Te and Sriram are putting more hearts because they feel like, sir, from these 5 topics, I feel that I have learned so much. That's why they have put so many hearts. That is just showing their feelings, inner feelings. That is very good. Okay, no problem, Kritana. Okay, great. Let's go to the next one. What have we done till now? We have done basically, we started I'll just revise everything, guys. Those of you who have joined late, okay, just look at this. We have done basically, okay. So we have done proportionality. We started our day with proportionality. Then that was your first topic. Then we did componendo, dividendo. Then we did binomial. That was your third topic. Then we did quadratic. That was your fourth topic. Then we did basically logarithms and exponents. So these were the 5 things that we have done. Now we will go to the next one, which is trigonometry. This session will be at least till 11 o'clock, okay? I expect somewhere close to 11, plus minus 15 minutes. I don't know. Now, beautiful trick to remember all the angles, sine, cos, tan. So if you always get confused, here is the trick. Write 30, 45, 60. What do you write? 30, 45, 60. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll repeat. 30, 45, 60, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Then below you put 2, 2, 2 and 2, 2, 2. Then put root everywhere on the top, only on the top. That's it, you will get sine and cos. 30, 45 and 60, in case you forget it. If you want to make a table in the rough work and keep, this is the trick. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, numerator. Put 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 everywhere. Then what will you do? Put root everywhere. Okay, so root of 1 is 1. Okay, so over here also, you're going to put root over here. So root 2 by 2 will become 1 by root 2. Root 3 by 2, root 3 by 2, root 2 by 2 is 1 by root 2. And then again, root 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 only. Okay, amazing. Sandhya saying most awaited topic. Okay, and tan is sine by cos. Tan is sine by cos. Now there are some special angles also. 0 and 90 and 180 everybody knows, but mainly this special angle is where people do not remember, and that is 37 and 53 degrees. Observe. So for remembering 37, 53, etc., first of all draw a triangle. What triangle? Right angle triangle with one angle as 37 and the other angle as 53. Do you see the numbers 5 and 3? Just exactly pick up one digit, those will become the sides like this. This will become 5, this will become 3. This will become 5, this will become 3. How much will be the base? How much will be the base, guys? Come on, put it up. Yes, it's a magic triangle. What will be the base? 4. 4 square plus 3 square is 5 square. Pythagoras. Now you get every goddamn thing, whatever you wanted. Like if I say sine 37, opposite by hypotenuse, so 3 by 5. If I say cos 37, adjacent by hypotenuse, 4 by 5. Tan 37, opposite by adjacent, so 3 by 4. Similarly, I can also write for 53, sine 53, cos 53, and tan, what is it? 53. So you can find this out, guys, very easily. Sine 53, opposite by hypotenuse, so 4 by 5. This will be 3 by 5, and this will be 4 by 3. Isn't it so simple, guys? Isn't it so simple using this triangle? So what you need to do? Show 37, 53, 90. Whichever is 53, that angle, adjacent sides will be 5 and 3. The larger side will be 5, smaller will be 3. Don't mark this as 5 and that as 3. That will be stupidity. Okay, so that is simple thing. And 0 and 180 and 90, I think everybody is comfortable with. Like sine 0 is basically 0, which is also sine 180. Okay. Similarly, cos 0 is basically 1. Okay. Cos 0 is basically 1, and tan of 0 is basically nothing but 0 only. Also remember, cos of 90 degrees is basically 0, and tan of 90 degrees is basically not defined only. You cannot write it. It's not infinity, it is not defined. Okay, so these are some basic things which I feel that you should definitely know about. Sine 90 is 1, remember that. Okay, so sine of 90 degrees is basically 1. These are, I think, pretty much easy to remember. Okay, now that we have spoken about this, more trigonometric identities, guys. Tan is sine by cos. Tan is sine by cos. It is also 1 by cot theta. 1 by cot theta. Sec theta is 1 by cos theta. Cosec theta is 1 by sine theta. And some basic Pythagorean identities, they are called cos square theta plus sine square theta. Cos square theta plus sine square theta is always 1. 1 plus tan square theta is always sec square theta. And 1 plus cot square theta is always cosec square theta. These are must rules and identities which you should know. There is no way you can say that, no sir, can I not remember this? No, you don't know where you will use it. Okay, these are must to be remembered. Write it down 100 times, write it down 20 times in your notebooks after the lecture. Next, small angle approximation. Hello Bharti, welcome Bacha. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep attending lectures like this and keep gaining a lot of knowledge. Small angle approximation. Whenever the angle is very small, typically, basically what I mean is theta is less than pi by 6 radian. Pi by 6 radian. Pi by 6 radian is basically 30 degrees. Okay, whenever 20 degrees, 15 degrees, 10 degrees, 8 degrees, 0.5 degrees. So whenever you have to find the sine, cos, tan, here is what you do. Sine theta will be theta, tan theta will also be theta. But theta is in radians. Theta is in radians. Do not make that mistake of putting degrees, or else you will be like, sir, sine 5 degrees, 5 is very small, no sir, is 5. Don't do all those things. Convert 5 degrees into radians. So all these formulas are valid only in radians. Cos of very small angle is approximately 1. If you want the exact value or a better value, it is 1 minus theta square by 2. Generally, you will not need this, but I'm just telling you. Cos theta is 1 minus theta square by 2. But if theta is only very small, so small that this number will be negligible, so 1 minus a small number will be approximately 1. That's how it is. Okay. Also, you need to know how to convert from radians to degrees or degrees to radians. How do you do that, guys? How do you convert radians to degrees, degrees to radians? Observe. If I have theta in degrees, I want to convert it into radians, multiply it by pi and divide it by 180. You will get theta in radians. Theta in radians. And you can just shift that over there. You will get it in degrees. That's all. Okay. Everyone with me? Cool, guys. Can we move ahead? Can we guys move ahead? Okay. Another important thing. Whenever you have an arc of the circle, whenever you have arc of a circle whose length is L, and I know that the radius is R, and I know that the angle subtended is theta, then this length of the arc is nothing but R times theta, but theta is obviously in radians, not in degrees. Okay, if it has degrees, convert it into radians, then you will get this formula. Very, very important formula. Tattva enough to get 170 plus marks? Definitely, Venkateshwaran, definitely, more than enough. Okay, more identities, guys. Standard formulas. Sine of a plus b is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine of a minus b is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Cos of a plus b is cos a cos b minus sine a sine b. Cos of a minus b is cos a cos b plus sine a sine b. Tan of a plus b is tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. Tan of a minus b is tan a minus tan b upon 1 plus tan a tan b. Looks confusing, but I'll tell you a trick. Sine In sine, okay, could I do one more example of the conversion? I'll just hold on, Sandhya, one second. Whenever you have sine, right, for these two, the sign is same. Sign is same, but terms are different. Terms are different. Look at this. When it is plus, it's plus. When it is minus, it is minus. Sine, sine rhymes, na? Similar, na? Everybody? No problem, Deva. Even if you're a math student, don't feel embarrassed. There is nothing wrong. Plus, plus, minus, minus. The sign, positive, negative sign is same. That's how I remember it. When it is cos, the sign is different. Terms are same. Exactly opposite. Look over here. In sine, it was sine cos, cos sine. Sine cos, cos sine. But in cos, it is cos cos, sine sine. Terms are same. Cos cos, cos cos, sine sine, sine sine. That's how you can remember it. Isn't this very, very interesting, guys? So easy to remember. And tan of a plus b is tan a plus tan b. If it is plus on the top, it is minus here. If it is minus here, it is minus here, but it is plus here. That's how you can usually remember it. Everybody done understanding how to remember these formulas? Okay, so plus here, minus, 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 plus. Tan of a plus b is tan a plus tan b. Oh, upon 1 minus tan a tan b. Keep saying it many times, you will get it. Okay, okay. That conversion, okay. So let's say for example, let's do some example over here only maybe. Okay, example, I have to convert let's say 30 degrees into radians, okay bacha? So if I have to convert degrees into radians, so what will I do? 30 into pi divided by 180. 30 goes with 180 how many times? 6 times. So the answer is pi by 6. Got it? Okay, let's do one more. Pi by 4 radians, I want to convert it into degrees. So what will I do? Pi by 4, but this time I will not multiply by pi and divide by 180. Here I will multiply by 180 and divide by pi. Whenever you see pi, try to cancel it. Whenever you see pi, try to cancel it. And whenever you see degrees, try to keep pi in the numerator. That's how I remember it. So pi by, so 180 by 4, guys, that's going to be 45 degrees. Is that clear? Is that clear? Very good, very good. Now, using these formulas only, you get the double angle formula, Ajay. There is no need for remembering it separately. But if you want to, here it is. If you want to, double angle. So this is basically also called as the double angle formula. Double angle formula means sine a plus a, which is basically sine 2a. You can substitute it here only and get it. Sine a cos a plus cos a sine a, which is basically 2 times of sine a cos a. As simple as that. It's used, it is obtained using this formula. Cos of double angle formula. You just need to know sine and cos. You don't generally need tan 2a formula, especially PCB NEET students, math students, yes, engineering students, yes, not otherwise. Cos 2a, cos a plus a, cos a plus a is cos a minus sine a. That means it is cos square theta, or rather cos square a minus sine square a. That's the formula. It's the same thing, just put a twice. Correct? Not needed, Ajay. Half angle formula, double angle formula, especially PCB students will not need it. Okay, you won't need it. Math students, engineering students, if I was conducting the same class in engineering or for JEE or for BITSAT, trust me, I would not end it here. I would have gone till triple angle formula also, okay? But you guys don't need it. So don't worry. I know in many books they just give you and you're like, oh my God, crazy. No need, yeah. Okay, so keep it simple. Next, quadrants. Next, quadrants. Get ready, guys. 4 quadrants anti-clockwise. Always angles in trigonometry go anti-clockwise. First, second, third, fourth. This is 0 degree. Slowly you increase the angle, it will become 90 degree. You can see that. It is also pi by 2 radian. pi by 2 radian. 90 degrees is pi by 2 radian. Increase it more, it becomes obtuse. It becomes 180 degree or pi radian. You increase the angle further, this total angle will go to the third quadrant till it becomes 270 degree. So here till here 270 degree or 3 pi by 2 radian. And you complete one revolution, that's 2 pi radian or 360 degrees. Is that clear, everyone, how the quadrants work? First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, what these angles are. Now if I show an angle like this, which quadrant it is in? If I show an angle like this, which quadrant it is in? Come on, put it up in the chat box. This angle is in its first quadrant. You can see this angle is in its third quadrant, correct? Okay, let's see if you guys can answer this. 40 degrees is in which quadrant, guys? 40 degrees is in which quadrant? 40 degrees is between 0 and 90, so obviously it is in the first quadrant. Okay, what about this? 120 degrees. 120 degrees, which quadrant it is in? First, second, third, fourth. You should be able to first of all identify the quadrant. If you don't identify the quadrant, it is a complete waste. Which quadrant it is in? Which quadrant it is in? Second quadrant. Very good. If I put as minus 30 degrees, which quadrant it is in? Minus 30 degrees. Be careful. Minus. Anti-clockwise is positive, so clockwise will be negative. So 0 to 30 degrees. I think it is in the fourth quadrant. No, it is not first. It is not second. It is the fourth quadrant, guys. Minus 30 degrees will be here. It will be here. This is the fourth quadrant. This is plus, this is minus. Okay, very good. Let's see if you can answer this. 290 degrees. 290 degrees. Which quadrant it is in? 290 degrees. Which quadrant it is in? Come on, my dear students. First, second, third, fourth. 290. 290 will be more than 270 but less than 360. I think it will be in the fourth quadrant again. Very good. Okay, answer this, guys. 190 degrees. 190 degrees. Which quadrant will it be in? 190 degrees. Which quadrant will it be in? 190 degrees. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third, right? Yes. 190 will be somewhere here. Will be somewhere here. Yes, exactly. So this is basically the third quadrant. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. So that's what it was. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. See if you get a hang of this. See if you are convinced with this. Okay, everyone. Then we'll go ahead. Once you are able to identify the quadrants. Now, you can find the sine, cos, tan of any angle, but only standard angles are important, like 30, 60, 120, 150 and something like that, in any quadrant using some simple rules. Remember, all silver tea cups. That's your standard phrase for every person learning trigonometry. What is the phrase, guys? All silver tea cups. You just need to concentrate on the first alphabet, or A, silver, tea and cups. Here everything is positive. Sine 30 positive, sine 50 positive, cos 30 positive, cos 90 0, cos 80 positive, tan 45 positive, tan 60 positive. Understood? Okay. Quickly think and tell me here which is the one which will be positive. S, silver, sine. Sine is positive. Sine is positive. 420 degree bacha, you just complete one revolution. 360. Take out 360 from that. If you take out 360 from 420, how much will be remaining? You only check. How much will be remaining, bacha? 40 plus 20. That is basically 60 degrees. So it will come back to the first quadrant, Sandhya. Okay, so 420 will be one revolution plus 60 degrees. So it will come back to the first quadrant. Okay, great. Okay, so here only sine will be positive. Here everything else will be negative, but only tan will be positive. T for tan. And last one, C, cos. Only cos will be positive. Let's see if you guys can get this. For example, sine of let's say 120 degrees. Will it be positive or negative? I don't want the number. Just tell me whether it will be positive or negative. If you are able to get that much, now it's more than enough. If you are able to get that much, that is more than enough. Obviously, if sine is positive, cosec is also positive. If cos is positive, sec is also positive. Tan is positive, cot is also positive. They go with together. You can see 120 is in the second quadrant. So what will happen? It will be positive. Okay, let's see the second one. Let's say sine of 240 degrees. Sine of 240 degrees. Come on, guys. Where will 240 degrees be? It will be between 270 and 180, somewhere here. Third quadrant, only T, matlab tangent is positive. So guys, this is going to be negative. Very good. Let's say tan of 299 degrees. 299 degrees. Come on, guys. What do you think? Where will 299 be? 180, 270, 299 will be between 360 and 270. Somewhere here, it's the fourth quadrant, only cos is positive, so this is negative. Cos of, let's say 150 degrees. Come on, my dear students. Cos of 150 degrees, put it up in the chat box. Cos of 150 degrees. So first quadrant or second quadrant? I think 150 will be somewhere here between 90 and 180. 90, 180. Yes, it will be somewhere in between. So only sine is positive, so this is negative again. Let's try this out. Cos of minus 30 degrees. Positive or negative? That's all you tell me. Positive or negative? Nothing else I'm asking. Whether it is positive or negative. That's all you have to tell me. Come on, guys. What is it? Minus 30. Is it going to be positive or negative? Minus 30 will be here. Fourth quadrant, cos is positive. Yes, so this is positive. One more example. Tan of minus 20 degrees. Tan of minus 20 degrees. Where is minus 20? Somewhere here, na? Somewhere here. Only cos is positive. So tan will definitely be negative. Very good, guys. Very good. Okay. So now you are getting a hang of how to find whether it is positive or negative. Whether it is positive or negative. That's it. Everyone with me? Cool. Now how to find the actual value. How to find the actual value. That's what I'm going to help you out with. Okay. I'm going to help you out with that. So guys, the rule is simple. The rule is simple. See, if anything is happening with pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, okay, basically when it is pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, then what happens is sine will convert into cos will convert into sine, or tan will convert into cot, or cot will convert into tan. In fact, I'll put a double arrow mark over here so that you remember. Sine will convert into cos, or cos will convert into sine, tan will convert into cot, or cot will convert into tan. But when it is 0 or basically 2 pi plus minus something, pi plus minus something, so basically it is pi, 0, 2 pi, then sine remains as sine, cos remains as cos, tan remains as tan, cot remains as cot. So there is no change. This is the simple rule. Vertically, it flips. Horizontal, it's same. It's same. Like this, it changes. When it is vertical, it changes. When it is horizontal, it is flat. It is same. It remains the same. Just remember this. And you know which one is positive, negative, that's more than enough. Observe now how to find it out. Imagine I ask you cos of 120. First thing, whether the answer will be positive or negative. Whether the answer will be positive or negative. First answer that. Cos 120. Will it be negative or positive, guys? Will it be negative or positive? Yes, come on guys, figure out and tell me. Yeah, it is 120. That means second quadrant. It's in the second quadrant, guys. Everybody with me on this? So this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. This is all, this is silver, this is tea, this is cups. So it is going to be negative, pakka. Okay, this is going to be negative. But what is the value of that? What is the value of that? How do I find? Can I write 120 as something plus something? Yes, I can write it as cos of 90 plus 30. 90 plus 30. Do you see 90 is basically pi by 2? Pi by 2, exactly, pi by 2, right? Pi by 2 is basically 90. So whenever pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, 90 or 270 is involved, what will happen? Sine becomes cos, cos becomes sine. So this is cos of 30. This is just cos of 30. Because this was supposed to be negative, just put minus cos 30. This is supposed to be negative, so minus, that's all. This negative comes over here. This negative just comes over here, and whatever is there over here just comes over here. Cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2. That is the answer. That is the answer. Everybody with me? Somebody will be like, no sir, I don't like this. I am going to do something else. Okay, what are you going to do? He'll be like, sir, what if I write this as cos of 180? Interesting, 180 minus 60. He'll be like, sir, now the answer will be different. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out whether it is going to be different or not different. Guys, cos of 180 minus 60, correct? This is exactly what 120 is. First, think, when it is 180, which is pi radians, what will happen? Horizontal, nothing will change. So cos will remain cos. When it is involving 180, 0, 360, those kind of angles, cos will remain cos, right? So cos will remain cos. What will be there else? Just cos of 60 degrees. But I know the answer will always be negative, so put minus cos 60. Okay, so I think, what did I do, guys? I'm so sorry. I'm feeling like a fool now. I'm feeling like a fool. I'm so sorry. Let me just do this again. What did I just do? Cos should become sine, sine should become cos. Sorry, guys. So sorry. So sorry. What did I just do? Ignore. Just forget. Thank you so much. Forget. Okay. Rewind back. Okay. Cos of 90 plus 30. Let's come back over here. 120 is 90 plus 30. Okay. So when I see it's 90 means pi by 2 radians or 3 pi by 2 radians. Whenever it's on that vertical line, plus or minus, cos becomes sine, sine becomes cos. So this cos should become sine. This cos should become sine. Everybody with me? Exactly. And what is remaining over here? This is basically 30 degrees. This negative will come over here as it is. Sine 30 is just half. That's it. Nothing else will be there. Yes, Kritina. Very good. Now, if somebody says, no, I don't want to write it as 90 plus 30. I want to write it as 180 minus 60, which is also fair, which is also okay. 120 is 180 minus 60, no problem. Now, because it involves 180 degrees, which is pi radians, which is this line, nothing will change. Cos remains cos. So cos remains cos, and whatever is there inside will come as it is. But I know the answer will be negative as shown. So minus cos 60 means cos of 60, which is half again. So minus half here or minus half here. Answer will be the same. Answer will be the same. Your final result will not change. Is that clear? So this negative sign over here is coming over here. That is very important. The sign is decided, and cos whether it will convert into sine, or sine whether it will convert into cos, or cos remains as cos, or sine remains as sine, is decided what you write over here, 90 or 180. Okay, let's take some more examples so that you guys get a hang of it. Let's try this out. Tan of, let's try this, guys. Tan of, let's say 150 degrees. What's the closest angle out of 0, 90, 180, 270, 360 to 150? 150, I think it is very close to 180 degrees. 150 is very close to 180. Will I teach anti-log? No, Vignesh, anti-log is for boards. For NEET, it is not needed because you're not allowed to carry log books in the NEET exam. So I think I can write this as tan of 180 degrees minus 30 degrees. 180 minus 30 degrees. Okay. Next, think carefully. When it is 180, what will happen? Tan remains tan. Tan remains tan. So this will become tan of 30 degrees. Now coming back to the sign. 150 degrees is in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant tan is definitely negative, so put a minus sign. Definitely put a minus sign. So the final answer will be minus tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3. Very good. Very good. Understood? Let's take up some more examples. Let's take up some more examples. Let's say sine of 210 degrees. Okay. Think 210 is close to which angle? I think 180. It's very close to 180 again. So I can just write it as sine of 180 plus 30 degrees. You can see that right over here. Very good. Now, the moment I see 180 or 0, I should be very happy because sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos. So basically this will remain as sine. Whatever is there inside will come as it is. Now comes the quadrant. 210 is in third quadrant. In third quadrant, all silver teacups, only tan is positive. So this will be negative. So this will be minus. That's all. So this will be minus of half. This will be minus of half. Very good. Similarly, let's take up more examples, guys. Imagine I ask you to find, let's say cos this time. Let's say cos of 200 and let's say 35 degrees. Cos 235 degrees. Oh, sorry, 225 degrees, my bad. Cos of 225 degrees. How do I find cos of 225 degrees? Is it close to something? Yes, it is. It is nothing but cos of 270 minus 45. Okay. 270. Guys, 270 and 90 exactly on the vertical line. 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. So when it is on the vertical line, change it. Change it. So cos will become sine. And this is 45. Just put 45. Last thing that you will check. What is the sine of, or on which quadrant it is? 225 degrees is in the third quadrant. All silver T. Only tan is positive. This is third quadrant. That means it is negative. So minus sine 45. Guys, the final answer will be minus 1 by root 2. Done, done, done. Let's try one more question just before we go to the next part. Let's say we take, what do we take? Let's say sine of, or let's say, yeah, or let's say sine of 127 degrees. Sine of 127 degrees. Can I write it as something? Can I write it as something? 127 degrees. Yes, I can write it as sine of 90 plus 37 degrees. 90 degrees plus 37 degrees. When I see 90, immediately sine will convert into cos. Whatever is remaining will come over here. 127 degrees is in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, all silver, sine is positive. So the answer will be also positive. So what is cos of 37, guys? What is cos of 37? Try to visualize that triangle in case you have forgotten. This is your 37. This is 5. This is 3. This is 4. This is 37. This is 53. In case you have forgotten. Cos 37 is nothing but 4 by 5. So plus 4 by 5 is the answer. Plus 4 by 5 is the answer. Okay, everybody, after this you will not make any stupid mistake, silly mistake anywhere. You got to know how to find the sine, cos, tan of every possible angle in your trigonometry. These are the main things you should know in trigonometry. Now I'm going to give you the best of the best collection from your 9th, 10th, 8th standard books. If you know this, your job is done. Each and every rule, theorem, property you should know, guys. First, sum of all the angles of a triangles of all types is equal to 180 degrees. This is obvious, and this is something which you have studied. Sum of all the angles, this angle plus this angle plus this angle is basically 180 degrees. Everybody knows this? So these are some geometrical properties which I am giving to you, which you might have forgotten. The side opposite to the greater angle is the longest side of all the three sides of a triangle. Makes sense. Imagine this angle is large, then this side will also be large. Greater the angle, the side opposite it will also be larger. Imagine this, if this angle becomes larger, obviously the side which is opposite it, will also become wider or larger. That is also true. The exterior angle of a triangle is always equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. this is called as the exterior angle property. What do I mean by that? See, if you have a triangle, okay, if you have a triangle like this, okay, this is basically your exterior angle. This is your exterior angle. This angle is this angle plus this angle. These two are your interior angles. These two are your interior opposite angles is always equal to the exterior angle. Is that clear? Everybody with me? How many of you knew all these properties? Raise your hands. How many of you knew all these properties? Two triangles are said to be similar if their angles are congruent and their lengths are in proportion. Meaning if this triangle is similar to another triangle, similar, understand, then the angles will be equal. Whatever angle is this will be the same angle. This angle will be equal to this angle. This angle will be equal to this angle. But their sides will be in a ratio. Meaning, if this is A, this is B, this is C, this is X, this is Y, this is Z, then A by X will be B by Y will be C by Z. Angles are equal, sides are in the ratio. Okay? Vignesh, I will be taking a separate lecture in kinematics, graphs and all that, don't worry. Okay? Fine. So these are some important properties which you must know of a triangle. Acha, one more property I can add. When are two triangles equal, guys? When are two triangles equal? Congruence of a triangle. Congruence of triangles. There are three important ways in which you can establish. Either all the sides are equal. This side is equal to this side is equal to that side is equal to this side. That's one way. Or one side included angle and then another side is equal. That's the second test. Correct, guys? Yes, everybody remembers this? Alright, and one more. SAA or ASA. Angle side angle or side angle angle. Yep. So I hope you know all these things. I hope you know all these things. Sides and angles or the included angle and then the sides. Very good, guys. So all these are basically used to check the congruence, whether the two triangles are equal to each other or not. Okay. One more thing. Area of a triangle. What is the area of a triangle? Area of a triangle is simply put half into base into height. Half into base into height. Standard. Next, geometrical properties of lines. Geometrical properties of lines. AAS or SAA is one and the same thing, Mahalakshmi. Okay? Okay. Look at this. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles. Very, very useful. Especially in resolution of vectors, Newton's laws, friction, so many places. ASD, BC. ASD, BC. Opposite angles, guys. So let me just mark them over here. Opposite angles are equal. So who is opposite? A is opposite D. They are obviously going to be equal. Next, adjacent angles add to 180. Makes sense. If I take A and C together, this plus this, or A plus B, obviously together will become 180 degrees. They are adjacent angles. Correct. Corresponding angles are equal, like A is equal to E. So this and this, two parallel lines, this and this are obviously equal, or B and F are equal, you can say. Alright. Similarly, interior angles add to 180, like C plus E, like these two angles, or D plus F also add to 180. Just like the adjacent angles, interior angles also add to become 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Lastly, alternate angles, guys. Alternate angles are also equal. Which are alternate angles? Guys, look at this. C and F. C and basically F. This and this over here. Or D and E over here. So all these are basically alternate angles, like this one over here and this one over here. They are alternate angles. Is that clear? These are very, very important properties. Many people do not know this. And I have given one trick also. Whenever you have inclined plane, guys, what is the trick of inclined plane in case you have forgotten? How many of you know this division by 8? Division by 8 method for finding angles of inclined plane. mg cos, mg sin, n cos, n sin, f cos, f sin, fp cos, f sin. So whenever you have an inclined plane or some kind of problem with some angle, what you do? Always show the actual horizontal and the actual vertical. Actual horizontal, actual vertical. And then the next thing that you will show, the inclined plane. This is the incline. This is the incline. And then the perpendicular to the incline. Perpendicular to the incline. Do you see this is incline and horizontal? Incline and horizontal, guys. Incline and horizontal. What is the angle? Theta, right? So this theta will come over here. This will be theta. Obviously, this will be also theta. This will be theta. This will be theta. Every alternate angle, one leave it, next one. One leave it, next one is theta. That's all. Everybody with me? Cool? Clear? Understood? Is that clear? Everyone? How many of you were able to revise and how many of you realized, oh my God, I missed out on so many things? And now I know, I had forgotten, this was in 8th, 9th or maybe during the corona time, whatever. Now it is going to help me a lot. Guys, if you have found this very helpful, make sure you're smashing the like button. Okay, some more properties, guys. Some more properties of circles. Tangent, segment, chord, diameter, center, sector, radius, secant. So let's try to have a look at the properties of circle. Very useful again. Two circles are congruent if their radius is same. As simple as that. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Area of a circle is pi r square. Area of a circle is pi r square. Equal chords are always equidistant from the center of the circle. Meaning what? Imagine I have a circle over here. This is the center. Equal chords, meaning this chord is equal to this chord. Then this distance is equal to this distance. This distance is equal to this distance if the chords are basically equal. No matter where you draw the chord, even if I draw the chord here, you will see this distance will also be similar. So that's what it means. The perpendicular bisector of a chord passes through the center of the circle. Makes sense, guys. Makes sense. Like if I think of again, let me just draw a circle over here. Let me just draw a circle over here. This is a chord, this is the center. If I draw a perpendicular bisector, this will be the perpendicular bisector. This is perpendicular and it is bisecting it. It will pass through the center. It will pass through the center. So that is the meaning of this. The perpendicular bisector passes through the center of the circle. This is your center of the circle, which is correct. Okay, next important thing, let's see what it is. When two circles intersect, the line connecting the intersecting points will be perpendicular to the line connecting the central points. This is also very obvious. When two circles intersect, like this one, and let's say this one, okay, when these two circles intersect, the line connecting or the line connecting the intersecting points, the line connecting the intersecting points is going to be perpendicular to the line connecting the central points. That means this point to this point, if you join this line, it is going to be perpendicular. Again, very, very important property. Very, very important property. Tangents drawn at the endpoints of the diameter are parallel to each other. This also makes sense. So if I have a circle and if I draw a diameter, over here, the tangent drawn here and here, they are basically parallel to each other. That's what this says. That is the last property over here. So these are all some important properties of a circle. Clear? Very good. Chalo, let's do some few questions over here. Let's see if we can do this. Tim wants to construct a triangle with lengths 5, 4 and 9 Can he do it? Yes or no? Come on guys, everybody should be able to answer this. Yes or no? Just that's it. I mean, that's what is going to come. Can he construct a triangle with sides 5, 4 and 9? Come on, put it up. Everybody, come on guys. What do you think is the answer? 5, 4 and 9. So whenever you have the sides of a triangle, what is it? A, B and C. A plus B should be more than C. A plus C should be more than B, and B plus C should be more than A. Sum of two sides should be more than the third side. So if you notice over here, 5 plus 4 is not more than 9. In fact, it is equal to 9. So not possible. Not possible. Very, very important. Not possible, guys. So what will happen is side number 5 will come over here. Maybe side number 4 will come over here. And side number 9 will just fall on it. It will be like a flat collapsed triangle. So it is not possible. Okay? If it was 8, maybe yes, but not 5 plus 4 is 9. So it is not possible. Okay. One more question. Radius of a circle is 10 centimeter. Perpendicular distance from the chord to the center is 8 centimeter. Identify the length of the chord. Very useful in ray optics like problems, or maybe circular motion or rotational motion or something like that. So let's draw a circle first. Let's just draw a circle first. Okay, so this is your circle. The radius of the circle is basically 10 centimeters. The perpendicular distance from the chord to the center is 8 centimeter. So perpendicular distance from the center to the chord is basically 8 centimeters. And let me show the chord now. This is your chord. This is basically your chord. This is the perpendicular distance. Okay, interesting. Radius is also given to me. Radius is also given to me. How much is the radius? The radius is basically 10 centimeters. Oh, find the length of the chord, guys. Oh, come on now. This base which is there, I can just call it as x. And I can see using Pythagoras, x square plus 8 square is a 10 square. So x square is 100 minus 64, which is 36. So x is basically 6 centimeters. X is basically 6 centimeters. So the question is find the length of the chord. Length of the chord is the question. Length of the chord. The chord's length is exactly this much. That is the complete chord as such. So the length of the chord will be 2 times of x. So 2 into 6, which is 12 centimeters. That's it. If 12 is given, you can find radius or maybe the distance. Very useful in ray optics or even maybe collision sometimes, or I don't know, some other problem, circular motion. So now please join the Telegram channel. Why are you going to join the Telegram channel? So that you get to know what is the next schedule. Remember, Thursday I'm going to conduct the next class and the entire PDF of today's session will be available. So if you don't want to miss that, please join the Telegram channel. Link is there in the description. I've kept some homework questions for you on whatever I have taught today. It was a beautiful lecture. Make sure you solve these questions and put up the answers in the comment section. This is your second question and this is your third question, guys. So all the 3 questions answers I want it in the comment section right away. Okay, do not miss these things. And if you want additional help, you can always join the crash course, which is going to definitely help you for your NEET 2023 preparation. Thank you so much for joining in, and make sure if you have missed the class, maybe the starting or the ending part, for some reason, please watch it completely, because you will never get a lecture like this, you know, on YouTube or maybe in your regular coaching. So this is something which I accumulated, which will help you, you know, understand all the basic maths part in a very, very small amount of time, especially when you're preparing for your end semesters or, you know, your final exams. Thank you very much, guys. This was Captain Shreyas. Do not forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments with the answers, guys. Waiting for your answers. Bye bye. Good night. Take care. Hasta la vista.